and welcome into an instant reaction post-game after the Dolphins' 31-16 victory over the Giants. What a day for Tua Tagovailoa and that offense. At times, look, they looked like the offense that is generationally good, putting up all kinds of yards like we know they can, but they did, however, stumble with 3 different turnovers. Otherwise, you're looking at a completely different game and a complete blowout. But still, the Dolphins kind of cruised to victory in this one, 31-16. It never really got close after the Dolphins took control in the third quarter. For the Dolphins, Tua was 22 of 30 for 308 yards with the 2 touchdowns that I mentioned. One of them to Jaylen Waddle. Good to see him score his first touchdown of the season. And one of them to Tyreek Hill. The long bomb. It was a 69-yard touchdown reception. That's always fun to see. And then, the running game was special as well. Achane, 11 carries for 151 yards and a touchdown. Raheem Mostert also had a rushing touchdown. So that two-headed monster of Raheem Mostert and Achane continues to dazzle, which we love to see. On the other side, Daniel Jones left the game after he was sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel in the second half, so he goes 14 of 20 for 119 yards. He did not return. Tyrod Taylor took his place. Eric Gray, 12 carries for only 26 yards. Waller, Darren Waller's an NFL superstar. He's going to get his. He made some catches. 8 of them to be exact for 86 yards. But I thought altogether, this Dolphins defense played their best game by far. 7 sacks on the quarterback in total. They had another sack on a big 4th down play that was nullified by a penalty. But you get the point. This Dolphins defense was in the Giants' grill all game long, whether it was the run defense or the pass defense. They won at the line of scrimmage in the trenches. And what did we say all week? All week we said, this is a challenge. This is an opportunity for this Dolphins defense to make a name for themselves, to get out there, put some pressure on Daniel Jones. We challenged them with 5 sacks, and they exceeded it with 7. So shout out to this Dolphins defense, Dolphins team altogether. I want to know from you, what do you grade this performance versus the Giants? Let me know in the comments, A, B, C, D, or F. Now, I think it was a B- performance from the Dolphins because at times they looked untouchable, invincible, incredible, unstoppable. Any adjective you want to use, at times they looked like it. But the 3 turnovers, we got to clean those up. And it's easier to learn your lessons when you win than if you were to lose. But the Giants are an inferior opponent. It's going to get much tougher, not necessarily next week, but down the road to get to where this Dolphins team is going and to where they want to be to succeed those expectations that we have for them. It's going to be much, much tougher. So grade the Dolphins' performance versus the Giants in the comments, A, B, C, D, or F. Now, Isaiah Wynn left the game with a neck injury. No word on his status exactly yet. He did not return, but he played a whale of a game up until then. That's a crucial component to this Dolphins offensive line, who is already without Teron Armstead, obviously. So he was on injured reserve, missed the game. He'll miss 4 weeks, and it'll be really interesting to see the status of Isaiah Wynn after the 24-hour rule, after we see what transpires in the training room after this game to see if he'll miss any time. But he did not return to the game. Some of that might have had to do with the game being in the balance and not needing to risk anything. But we'll keep you updated on Dolphins Today as the week progresses. That's why you subscribe, because when breaking news happens, injury updates, daily Dolphins content, we've got you. Now, my Week 5 takeaways. Look, this offense, still really good, still scary good. They became the first offense since 2000 to put up over 2,500 yards of total offense in the first 5 weeks. Those are staggering numbers. Those are St. Louis Rams' greatest show on turf numbers. Very, very impressive. And, of course, at the very center of it all is Tyreek Hill. 8 receptions, 181 yards, 1 touchdown. He had the 69-yard touchdown reception. He special. I'm running out of ways to say he's the fastest player in the NFL. I'm running out of ways to say that when Tua has time to throw and can spread the ball around to his weapons, this offense is undeniably one of the offenses that will be talked about for years and years in the National Football League, probably on the Mount Rushmore of best offenses of all time. Not to forget the running back, Achane, the rookie. How about that? 151 yards. You'd have to think, oh, they must have been handing it to him the whole day. No, only 11 carries. He had the 76-yard touchdown run. That's going to help boost the numbers. But wow, was he special again. And what I love to see is this coaching staff between Mike McDaniel and Frank Smith getting the ball in their playmakers' hands in space. So many times, even Raheem Mostert too. Achane and Raheem Mostert got the ball on the perimeter with blocking setup and space to run. It was incredible. I've got a couple more takeaways for you, but first, I want to tell you about Game Time. It is a proud sponsor of Dolphins Today and the only ticket app I use for all my live events. So you want to go to a Dolphins game this year, you want to do a Dolphins road trip, doesn't matter, Hard Rock Stadium, anywhere in the National Football League, use Game Time to get you there. Game Time has the best seats, lowest price guaranteed, and what's also awesome, last minute deals, down to the wire. I'm talking day of, at the actual event, you can use Game Time to secure your tickets. I love Game Time. It takes the stress out of buying tickets, which we know that can be stressful from time to time. But with Game Time, you eliminate that stress, which is super nice. And for being a Dolphins fan, we've got a special deal for you. $20 off your first purchase by using promo code FINSCHAT. That's PHINSCHAT for $20 off your first purchase. Now, terms do apply, but snag some tickets without any stress. That's the Game Time difference. Create your account, redeem it using code FINSCHAT for $20 off, and download the Game Time app today for last-minute tickets and the lowest price guaranteed. Now, we said the good. We also have to say the bad. Just too many turnovers. Can't have it. Can't have one. Can't have two. Certainly can't have three. One of them resulted in a pick six, and the Dolphins were going in to take a stranglehold on this game in the first half. Like, we were looking at maybe another one of those laughers in the second half, which is always good because you get your guys out of there, give them some rest. But when you turn the ball over 3 times, that doesn't give your defense much of a chance because 10 points were off of Dolphin turnovers. So the pick six, of course, and then both the Giants field goals. So 13 points. 2 of the Giants field goals were direct results of the turnovers. So the defense, yes, they played exceptional, but the offense didn't put them in good situations sometimes with those 3 turnovers. But Tua Tagovailoa still playing at an MVP level, just has to clean up those turnovers. He knows that. We know that. I'm not telling anyone anything they don't know. 308 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and the 2 interceptions. So I need your one-word reaction to this game. It's one of our favorite post-game bits that we do because you watch a game and everything can happen over the course of 60 minutes, but I need your one-word reaction. So let me know. What was your one-word reaction to this game? I'm going to go with sufficient. It was a sufficient performance, enough to get the win. You played down to your competition at sometimes with the turnovers, because keep in mind, the Giants defense hadn't forced a turnover in 4 games coming into this one. They forced 3 turnovers against the Dolphins. So that's going to keep me from using any type of adjective that's praising the Dolphins' performance, and I'll just go with sufficient. They were a heavy favorite. Listen, it's not often you're a double-digit favorite in the National Football League. They were a 13-point favorite, and they covered 31-16. So shout out to the Dolphins. They got the win. It was a sufficient performance. They did enough. Now, got to give the defense some love because they played tremendous, albeit probably one of the worst offenses they've faced to this point, but they answered the call. We challenged them. You got to get pressure on the quarterback. You got to get Daniel Jones down, get some sacks. 7 of them. 7 sacks by this defense. And like we mentioned with the Dolphins' offensive turnovers, they weren't always put in the best spot, but they answered the call. Andrew Van Ginkel was incredible, but Zach Zeeler, my goodness, What a game he played. He's known for being a run stopper, one of those guys that can clog the middle, but he got crazy in the pass rush as well. Came down with 2 sacks on the day, and what a performance by Zach Sealer. This Dolphins defense in general altogether played really well, especially at the line of scrimmage. They limit the Giants offense to just 260 yards of total offense, 3.9 yards per play, 182 yards through the air. But look at the rushing. 29 carries for only 86 yards. That's impressive. Guys like Zach Sealer, Raekwon Davis, Christian Wilkins, got to give the defensive line a shout out. And the linebacking core, well done as well. Andrew Van Ginkel was really good performance by this Dolphins defense. So, there's my Week 5 takeaways. Got to give the defensive line a shout out because they were part of answering the call. 7 sacks on the day. You love to see it. Love to see a Dolphins win. They're 4-1 on the season after the 31-16 win over the Giants. We are so close to our goal. Our goal, 47K. We're at 46,716. Can we get there? Subscribe to today's video, or subscribe to the channel for today's video. We bring you Dolphins content on the daily, instant reaction to games, watch parties. We have so much fun. Want you to be a part of it as well on Dolphins Today, so make sure you subscribe.